Hello everyone, it's so good to be here again. Thank you so much for always being here and always tuning into my channel. You guys are simply the best. And of course, it seems it's the season of fraud, allegation and embezzlement. And this time around, one of the former group general manager has actually come out to confess that Deziani gave him $70 million, to sent to the bank. Man, all these people has actually stolen a lot of money, and this time around the person is being questioned about how it all went about, and that is exactly what I'm about to bring to you. And if you haven't been a part of this channel, is a good opportunity for you to do so. Ensure that you subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, because that is the only way you get notified anytime we drop a new video. And don't forget, this is Saffron Media, and we are here giving you trending, exciting, reliable and authentic happenings in Nigeria and beyond, especially in the area of politics and many more. Okay, let us dive right into the issue that we have at hand as regarding the the group manager that was sent to the bank to drop some money for Alison Deziani back then in 2015, and now he's ready to talk. And it says the former group general manager at the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Rotimi Oyedepo, narrated to the Federal High Court in Lagos on Thursday how he delivered 12 padlocked bags containing $70 million to an Abuja-based banker on the instructions of a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Mrs. Deziani Alison Madueke, sometimes in 2015. The ex-NNPC general manager appeared as a prosecution witness in a trial of a former executive director, First Bank, Dauda Lawal, who is being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on money laundering charges. The EFCC accused Lawal of handling $25 million out of a total of $153 million, which Deziani allegedly doled out to influence the 2015 general elections. The trial opened on Thursday before Justice Muslim Hassan, with the ex-NNPC GM appearing as the first prosecution witness, laid in evidence by the EFCC prosecutor. Oyedepo narrated how he delivered the cash-loaded bags to the Abuja banker, one Charles, in front of June supermarket in Abuja. The witness said, "My lord, as I can remember, shortly before the 2015 election, it was the norm for heads of subsidiaries of the NNPC to be invited for undisclosed briefing of activities of their department to the minister. At the end of such briefing, the then Honorable Minister of Petroleum Resources, Mrs. Deziani Alison Madueke, gave me a GSM number in respect of one Charles whom I had never met, with a clear instruction that I should convey 12 padlocked bags to the said Charles. My lord," the source said, "the content and the purpose of the bags were not disclosed to me. Thereafter, I called the said Charles, who equally confirmed to me that he had been briefed about the message. I delivered the bags to Charles. Much later, my lord, the EFCC invited me for interrogation on the issue, and I made a statement to that effect. Charles equally confirmed at the EFCC that he received the 12 padlock bags, and the bags contained the sum of $70 million. When asked by the prosecutor to describe the kind of relationship he and others had with Deziani, the witness said, "We had a common and obey relationship, and also took an oath of office to obey directives and authorities." So guys, under cross-examination by the defense counsel Patrick Okweto-San, the witness said he had never met Lawal before. So Justice Hassan adjourned that case till 22 and 23 of July for continuation of trial. So you can see that corruption is flying here and there, and at the end of the day, the cases are We don't know where the cases are always ending. That is the major concern, because all of this will actually start with a lot of noises, but it ends in a way that nobody hears about it. If the person is actually persecuted, or the person is even allowed to walk freely on the streets of Nigeria, but we don't, there's really no report on that as well, which is not supposed to be. Things are supposed to, just as the news is flying now that Magu is involved with, such heinous crimes of, money laundering and the likes. At the end of the day, if he's prosecuted, Nigerians should be aware that, okay, this is the kind of punishment he's facing. He was going to spend these and these years in jail, or this is his own kind of punishment. But at the end of the day, Nigerians do not really know what the end of the matter always is. I know when the issue of Deziani came, there were so many speculations that she had cancer, she had this, she had that, she had so many things, and she was allowed to fly out of the country. And up to this very moment, that woman has not been seen. They've not been able to arrest her for over 4 years. These are things that should not be happening. If people can easily get away with things, there will be more and more corruption in the country. So this is what they should rather do. They should rather start from the high to the low, because it is because the people and the citizens do not have what to do. That is why the rate of robbery and crimes and all of these are increasing. They are on the high side, which is not supposed to be. These are things that are supposed to be cleared in the air, so that everyone will be aware of the kind of punishment for those kind of crimes, so that crimes, it will help crimes to be reduced in Nigeria. But when people don't know, they feel, oh, I can just get away with anything. And you can imagine the case of a hush puppy in America right now. He's being persecuted for what he did, and you can be rest assured that according to his crimes, he will be punished accordingly. But right here, it is not so. Even those that commit heinous crimes are the ones that are being left to walk on the streets, and even left to travel out of the country just to hide and stay away from arrest. But when it is very, people that a common man steals something or does something, he is being held and, in prison for many years. I know of so many young guys that are in prison and are left in prison to rot just for, mistake that they are robbers or something, and perhaps some of them are even not guilty, but and they are still very much in prison. There are some that they were just taken from their parents' house, for suspect of doing this and that, and it might not be true. But so many of them, for years, they've not been heard of. And even there's a case right now that some parents are asking for their child that was taken away from their home 8 years ago. 8 years ago, he was taken from the home. He was arrested by policemen, and they said for 8 years they've not set their eyes on their child. And such people, they are not even given the opportunity for their case to be heard, so that they can be taken to court or whatever. Some of them are just left in prison to rot and die. And that is the story of a common man. But those that have stolen billions and millions, that would even help some of these young men and women to be better people in the country, are rotting and suffering in the walls of the prisons of Nigeria. These are things that should not be heard of. These are things that should be corrected. If you hear stories of people that are being left in prison for doing nothing, you will cry your eyes out and you'll be so shocked of some of the things that are happening in Nigeria. These are things that should be corrected. And I do not support any form of crime, but I believe they should give everyone a fair hearing. If those that do not have money to, procure or get a lawyer to stand for them, I believe the police that took them to prison should be able to provide a lawyer for them, so that they'll be taken to court. But when they are being left just to rotting, and they should be there, and since you don't have anybody, you don't have money to pay, you don't do this, you don't do that, it is really so unfair. Even there are so many young men today that just traveled from the country, that traveled back to the country, and on their way, just because they could not bribe the police on the road, some were shot dead. Some never got to their houses just because they felt, oh, this guy has some money and he doesn't want to give us. Where is he coming from? Why is he looking like this? Why is he looking so nice? Why is he this? Why? So many reasons that are not tenable, and yet they kill young guys and girls for, which these are things that should be looked into, and rather they are busy putting their attention on things that are not worth it. So my friends, endeavor to drop it in the comment section whatever you think about all of this. We'll be willing to hear from you. And if you have not subscribed, please ensure you do that, and also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for staying tuned up to this moment. I really do appreciate you. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.